thing I did before I went back to Doomsday, I injected myself with 100 kilograms of the zombie virus. My classmates laughed at me for being such an idiot, but I was the only one who knew that Doomsday was coming. 80% of all creatures will become man-eaters, and those who survive will awaken their own natural powers. And even a god of rules comes to Earth, but they treat humans like domesticated animals, and in order to benefit themselves, they would give some human being the power to be supreme. And in my previous life, in order to survive, I turned to the dark goddess with determination, became her pawn, but despite my efforts to work for her, just because of one failure, she decided to erase me. Before I died, I swore that if there was an afterlife, I'll pay her back 1,000 times over for the pain I've suffered. But I didn't finish my sentence. I was stomped to pieces by the dark goddess, but when I opened my eyes again, I found myself reborn in my college days. Just when I was wondering, the hourglass on my chest glows with a faint light. This is a special item I obtained in my previous life during the Instant Zones trial. I didn't realize it actually had the ability to go back in time. Then I picked up my cell phone and looked at it. It was only 2.5 days before Doomsday. Thinking back to the humiliation the dark goddess inflicted on me in my last life, I swear that I will trample her under my feet in this life. But the most important thing at the moment is, I must activate the gift within me before Doomsday. To do so, I traveled to the hospital where the virus broke out in my past life. This time I decided to use the virus to stimulate and enhance my natural abilities ahead of time. While the doctor was talking to the nurse, I snuck into the room of a patient infected with the zombie virus. Then I took out a syringe and extracted 100 kilograms of the zombie virus from the patient. That should be enough for me to stimulate the gift. A few moments later, I returned to my quarters. Fortunately, none of my roommates are in the dormitory. But just as I pulled out the syringe, I hesitated. If this doesn't work, I'll probably die in my dorm. But when I think of the humiliation I suffered in my last life, if this life remains a weakling, I might as well die while I still can.